bring you some international news now. America goes into a heated presidential race this year, with President Joe Biden set to face his predecessor, Donald Trump. A rematch that raises concerns about the state of democracy in the United States. The stakes are high, given the increase in misinformation and disinformation, which places a huge responsibility on the media to ensure trust. In this report, Citi News' Nana Tufo-Boate engages the media landscape after engaging some journalists and stakeholders in America during an international tour by the State Department's foreign press centers.
The advent of social media has vastly diminished the role of traditional media, especially during election years. Information is crucial during campaign seasons, and the importance of traditional media in holding candidates accountable for overstatements and inaccuracies cannot be downplayed. With an unprecedented wave of disinformation about U.S. elections, which has largely been attributed to the ready audience provided by social media, journalists are saddled with the task of ensuring fairness and balance while delivering truth and accuracy. A professor of political science and the executive director of the Lindsay Institute, Dr. David Damore, explains that the media landscape in the U.S. is fragmented, with known media outlets struggling to maintain their audiences. He, however, highlights the importance of the media in making available accurate information to influence voter decisions.
Do you think the media will still have an influential role in the elections?
They will, but it's much more fragmented environment. And I think, what we clearly see is people going in their bubbles. They want to be in their safe media spaces and get sort of reinforced there. And you clearly see big media in this country is really, really struggling to maintain their audiences there. They're being challenged by social media. They're just being challenged by bloggers, by YouTube there. So it's a very, very difficult environment for the traditional media outlets there. And they come into lots of scrutiny. And it's almost the media outlets that are trying to be neutral have the harder one. When you look at Fox, you know what you're getting. You look at MSNBC, you know what you're getting, right? You know where that bias is here. I think it's some of these other issues, some of these otother ones. And then this is just the national mean. When you get down to the state and local, it's even more challenging between the sort of just people just sort of tuning it out there. So it has an influence. Clearly it does, but it's just not as easy to figure out. And it's just a much, much more fragmented audience out there.
Paul Boja, a producer and reporter with Nevada Public Radio, explains the role of the media in shaping conversations around the policies of the various candidates and its impact on citizens of America.
One of the things that I think we are striving to do as a newsroom is talk more about the issues and the policies and how these politicians and candidates are affecting those policies and how that matters to Americans and Nevadans, right? Not so much the horse race. Of course, we're going to talk a little bit about the horse race, the Donald Trump versus Joe Biden, the Jackie Rosen, who's our U.S. Democratic Senator, versus whatever her Republican challenger is going to be. Of course, we're going to focus on that a little bit, and why they're winning or maybe doing well versus the other. But we really want to, especially this election, dive into the issues and talk about how those proposed policies are going to affect our voters.
Susan Tebben, a reporter with the Ohio Capital Journal, is of the view that democracy in the U.S. is under fire, and it is important for the media to drive conversations on reducing voter apathy.
It's definitely under fire, but I also feel like democracy being under fire is what galvanizes people a lot of times. So if they see something under threat that is so important to them, that's when we start getting really irritated. We start, demonstrating, start doing all these things. So I think it can, in a way, be good. It's not good that we have to talk about how, maybe our voting standards aren't up to snuff, or maybe we need to, have election protection to make sure things are going right. But in a certain way, in terms of, getting voters to come to the polls, threats to democracy can be that thing that makes sure that democracy is protected.
It is clear that the 2024 elections in the USA will be covered extensively by both mainstream and social media. However, traditional media has the responsibility of ensuring accuracy, fairness, and truth. Reporting from Las Vegas in Nevada, here in the United States of America, my name is Nanatufo Boateng for Citi News.